my channel. So today's DIYs are going to be a little bit different, and obviously, as you can see, it is not Sunday, otherwise known as Sun DIY. But I figured with the current state of the world and the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, it just made more sense for me to share this video ASAP so that there's the potential to help as many people as possible as soon as possible. So as you may have heard, the CDC has recommended that everyone over the age of 2, if you don't have pre-existing breathing conditions, are to be wearing a non-surgical mask when you do go out into public for things like grocery shopping or to the pharmacy. So I thought this video could be helpful and a good way for me to help give back and help anyone in need potentially. Outside of donations that I've already made, I want to be able to bring my expertise in DIY to something that's meaningful. Not to say that tie-dye and home decor are not meaningful, but you guys know what I mean. So today I'm gonna be showing you a few different options for DIY at-home masks, and I just wanna show you and highlight how truly easy it is to add an extra layer of protection. Obviously, surgical and N95 respirator masks are critical supplies for healthcare providers, but I guarantee that you already have something at home that can help add an extra layer of protection for you and your loved ones and your community. Okay, I know this intro is long, my apologies, thank you for staying with me. I will leave links to the CDC if there's anything that you need clarification on or just want more COVID-19 information. Please stay safe and do your part in flattening the curve. I've been home for 3 weeks now in self-isolation and I'm going a little bit cuckoo, but let's get into it. Okay, so our first DIY mask requires absolutely no sewing, no gluing, nothing but a piece of fabric. So I'm using a bandana, but you can use really anything at all. The CDC has recommended that tightly knit cottons are your best option for at-home masks. So again, just have a bandana and 2 regular hair elastics. You can also use regular rubber bands as well. I can't vouch for any possible hairs behind your ears that they may rip out, but that is an alternative. Okay, I'm gonna start by folding my bottom edge up about halfway and fold one more time so it goes towards the center. Same thing, fold inwards and up one more time. And so we've got our 2 panels meeting in the middle here. And guys, seriously, this is so easy. I'm gonna put 1 hair elastic on this side and scooch it up here about 1/3 of the way. And same thing on the other side. Kind of looks like a giant candy right now. And all you're gonna do is take these tail ends here and flip them and tuck them inside this little pocket we made. I'm also gonna fold them one more time just so it's a little bit smaller, and go ahead and just tuck this in and pull your elastic. And I mean, if you want, you can totally add like a dot of glue or a stitch. And same thing on the other side. I'm just gonna fold it in and tuck it in and flip it over, and you have an extra layer of protection. This is obviously the front of your mask, and these are gonna tuck behind your ears. So if you want, you can go ahead and add a few stitches just here to hold your ends tucked in, or a little bit of glue, but there you have a DIY no-sew mask. And the biggest thing that the CDC has recommended, that the mask is tight so that you can still breathe, but so it adds some extra protection. On to the second DIY mask. This one is one step up and does require a tiny bit of sewing, but like so little sewing that I promise you can do it. And this one is definitely more comfortable than our first bandana mask. So I've got an old t-shirt. I'm gonna be using both layers, but I'm gonna flip it inside out just so I can measure and add a few dots onto the t-shirt directly. When you measure this out, you wanna give yourself allowance for a few different seams. So I'm gonna give myself a total of 8 inches here. I have a little pea head, so if your head is a little bit larger, give yourself maybe an inch more. So there's 8 inches. And then your height is not really gonna change too much. So I'm gonna give myself about 4.5 inches here. And go ahead and cut those 2 pieces out together. Obviously, I think it goes without saying, it does not matter if your mask is cute. Obviously, I'm scrapping this shirt anyways, so thought I'd just go for the butterfly portion as the front of the mask anyways, but thought that I should get that out of the way. Also, if you're scrapping a whole t-shirt and want to make a bunch for your family, you could also just do this in bulk and measure them out in a grid so you can get 4, 5, or 6 out of 1 shirt. Okay, so a little bit of sewing, stay with me. We're essentially just gonna close the edge up here. You don't even have to fold it in if you don't want. It's just to attach these 2 pieces together. So we're gonna do 1 seam here, 1 seam here. Again, totally keep your rough edge. Do what you want. If you're hand sewing, just the regular old straight stitch. And then on these sides, we're gonna fold these in and make a little pocket so that a string or an elastic or yarn, thread, whatever you wanna put in there can act as the straps that are gonna wrap around your ears. got the main portion of the mask. I've got two little pockets, one here and one here. And I'm gonna measure out 2 pieces of elastic, but again, you can use yarn, string, hair ties. A super similar alternative is actually a headband to use the straps off one of these, because I know not everyone has a craft cupboard stuffed with random things like elastic. So I'm gonna measure out 2 identical pieces. I'm gonna attach a safety pin to one end, and this just makes it way easier to thread it through this little pocket here. And then I'm going to tie these 2 ends together. You can safety pin it or glue it, but the easiest option is to just tie it. Again, I'm making a mask for my little tiny pea head. So yours might be a little longer. Okay, so there is my knot, and I'm just gonna slide this around so that the knot is on the inside and it just hides the knot right inside that pocket. And then repeat that process on the other side. All right, so my knots are hidden. Tighten these up a little bit, and you're done. So that is it, and not bad yellow butterfly placement on my part for this t-shirt. Great use for an old t-shirt though that I definitely haven't worn in a while. All right, mask number 3 coming in hot. So I started with a small square, and then I had a mild to severe fight with my sewing machine. It was an uphill battle that I was not winning for most of the fight. Anyways, we're here now, we made it out. So I just took a square of this really cute rainbow fabric that I had left over from a different project. I hemmed it all the way around on all 4 sides. Again, if you don't want to do it, you don't gotta do it. I just figured that I don't actually have a mask, so I was like, okay, let's go all out on the effort for this one, because this will be the mask that I wear grocery shopping. Anyways, this is the final and most advanced mask, I guess. And again, guys, I don't really know how to sew. I promise that you guys can do this. So essentially this one has a little more shape and flexibility. This one has a bit of an accordion fold, so it opens up and really forms to your face. So essentially we're gonna add 2 little fold over sections. So the first one, I'm just gonna pinch here and fold over and pin into place. And then same thing, I'm going to fold and pin into place. So that's what the front looks like, and here is what the back looks like. We've just got 3 little tiers, and I'm just gonna do 2 stitches, one down here and one down here. And then afterwards, we're gonna attach the elastics at the corners, and I'm just gonna sew those on, and I'm gonna do like a tiny, tiny little baby stitch. But again, hot glue, tie, whatever you wanna do. Safety first, DIY effort second, I get it. Now it's time to attach the elastics. I cut 2 in the same size, and they're gonna be attached to all 4 corners. And here is the final mask. So we've got our little foldovers and our straps, and it is ready to go. This one is definitely the most comfortable and form-fitting on your face, because obviously the goal is to cover your nose and mouth as much as possible and as tightly as possible without being uncomfortable. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope these tutorials were helpful. Again, I will have the link to the CDC if there's anything that you want to know that you don't already about COVID-19. Please stay safe, stay inside, take care of your friends, family, loved ones, and community. And if you're new to my channel, I typically post DIYs every Sunday. So if you're looking for something to do, I have a ton of DIY ideas for you. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Same with the vlog channel, youtube.com/SourDIYvlogs. I will see you guys on social media of all sorts as I sit on my couch and become more and more of an isolation potato. And I will see you guys on the vlog channel and next Sunday for another Sun DIY. Bye guys, love you.
My pretty little kingdom out here running the streets.